So today we're going to make a very simple dish, cheese, onion and potato pie. So I have with me some potatoes, I've got one onion, a little block of cheese, and I brought with me a margarine, I think it's butter, isn't it, margarine? Baking margarine paper with some margarine left on it, just for greasing the dish. Any dish can be used. I think I'm going to use this one. This would equally be okay, and if you have just a foil container you can make it in that as well, so don't need to buy anything special for it. I'm going to start by greasing the dish with the paper. That will just stop anything sticking and make it easier to wash afterwards. I need to put a pan of water on to boil. I'll put the lid on to bring the water to the boil a bit sooner. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the water just to help to flavour the potatoes and the onion, so that should be fine. I'm going to bring that to the boil. You can peel the potatoes, but if they're nice clean new ones like this, it's actually better to leave the skin on, simply because it's more nutritious around where the skin is. It gives you much more from the potato itself and adds to the flavour. Might not look the prettiest, but it is absolutely fine. So I'm just going to quarter these. The water's heating up and I can put them in any time. It doesn't have to be boiling before they go in. As long as it comes to the boil, I'm going to pop those in there. I know my lid doesn't fit, but I couldn't find one that did, so it's going to be better than nothing. It'll come to the boil and save the using too much electricity much quicker without it. We want one onion. This is quite a large one, I like lots of onion, but it could be smaller, that's fine. So I'm just going to chop the onion. We do have a video on how to safely chop an onion if you've not been doing much cooking, so please check that one out. Right, the potatoes are boiling, as you can see. I'm going to turn that down now. They need to be warm enough just to keep bubbling. So I think I've got that about right. And then I need to cook those for about 15 minutes. Right, the potatoes are boiling away and I need to add the onion. So we've put the timer on for 15 minutes. It's only just started, so the onion's going to have at least 10 minutes. So it's just potatoes and onion in a salted water, boiling for roughly 15 minutes in total. And the onion's gone in slightly later, so a little bit less. So as you can see, I've turned it up just to get it back to the boil. It's bubbling nicely, and that'll be absolutely fine now until the timer has finished. Got a piece of cheese here. If you don't have a grater, and there's various types of different graters, there's this is called a box grater. You can get the ones that are flat that you just rub down as well. You can also get a mouli grater, which goes round and round, or you can use a food processor. But if you don't have any of those, you can still make this recipe. Just simply cut the cheese into small cubes. So here's the grated cheese. It doesn't go in until the potato's cooked. But it doesn't matter if it's grated like this, it'll melt more quickly, but it's fine if you haven't got a cheese grater, these small cubes will melt as well. Potatoes have had their time now. I'm just going to use the lid to drain them. If you do have a sieve or a colander, that does make it slightly easier, but I haven't got one with me here. Oh, you can actually see now that we found the right lid, hiding in the wrong cupboard. So that's going to make life easier. So I'm just going to drain the water off. You don't need the water for this recipe. I'm going to try not to lose the onion as we go through. I do want most of the water off, so just let it settle and last bit off. That's it. I'm going to pour that into a dish ready for mashing with the cheese. So I'm going to add the cheese now. Going all at once. At this stage you might want to add a bit of salt and pepper as well, though the potato has been cooked in salt, so I think I'm going to leave this one as it is. If you don't have a potato masher, just use a fork. slightly easier with a masher. So potato and the onion and the cheese is all mashed together. So here's the dish I greased earlier. I'm just going to pop it in the dish. Potato, cheese and onion all in there. I'm just going to press it down with a fork. It's actually quite nice if it's a bit rough on top because it gets nice and crispy. If you like lots of cheese, you can sprinkle more cheese on top. I'm just going to leave this one as it is. And you can either at this stage grill it or pop it in the oven. We're going to put this one in the oven, but it's absolutely fine just to grill as well. Okay, I'm ready to go in.
Yeah.
So this oven has been preheated to 180 degrees. I'll put that on the top shelf. For about 20 minutes, as long as it's golden brown, it's fine. Timer's going to go off any moment. We're just down to the last minute, so I'm just going to have a look, see if it looks done. So I think that's probably almost there, perhaps another minute. That should be okay. Nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
So here we are, James. Cheese, onion, potato pie. Not too sure if I got the seasoning right. See what you think.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It is to serve one, but we've just split it between us to share it out. Have a good taste. I quite like it with a side salad and some salad dressing, or baked beans. What would you eat it with?
I think it's either. I think my mum would have the side salad. I would have vegetables like carrots and broccoli with this.
You're good.
Yeah, I think it's delicious. I think some light texture.
I think
very smooth flavours.
if you wanted to, you could add some chopped ham or bacon if you're a meat eater to add the protein, make it a little bit more varied. I suppose you could put other things in as well.
Yeah, there's a slight crispiness on top, which is very tasty.
I'm kind of wishing I put more cheese on top now.